and this is going to be the last video update for a little while as I'm getting ready to go overseas for 6 months. So 7 months from now I may be able to start working on this project again, but until then this is where she sits. So I got all the wheels off, most all the brake stuff off. She's sitting on stilts right now on my little roller wheels here. I got the front end torn apart. Those were just a complete and utter mess. So the seals had been gone for who knows how long, and these bearings on the inside were just trashed, packed full of dirt. I don't know, I can really say there's any grease left in them. I mean, all the chunks of dirt and everything down in there, they're pretty bad. So good thing I tore that apart. And then as well on the spindles here, both of them, I always had bad seals. Where is it? Yeah, both of them had bearings that had twisted. So these bearings never would have rolled when I put it in four-wheel drive, which I did have in four-wheel drive a little bit, moving it around trying to get the engine freed. So it's a good thing I didn't do too much. It would have done some damage to the races, but both of them have bearings like that. This other one's just as bad. There's actually the seal underneath here, all this junk. This one wasn't as bad. At least there's a little bit of lubricant left in there, if you want to call it that. It's wet, whatever it is. Hubs weren't too bad shape. They needed cleaned and greased, but overall they weren't in bad shape at all. That outer U-joint was free, no problems there. This one, on the other hand, is free one direction. Oh, obviously that one, but I can move it a little bit. Probably just because it's loose inside the housing there. But yeah, it will not move this way. Swing like a baseball bat and it still doesn't move. I got some new hoses on it, which really isn't going to matter now because I got to leave, can't finish it. But got a couple new brake lines made. I got that one bent, and I got this one back here made. Fit into that new hose. Ran up along the frame rail there. Since I'm custom making brake lines, I just let them hang here. So when I put the tub on, then I can finish bending the line and put the flare on there for the last fitting. Back brakes, nothing really to note on these. Fairly clean, so at least the axle seals aren't shot on this one. I was expecting to see just absolutely gummed up on the inside. The pads worn a little thin, not as bad on this side, but on the other side they definitely had reached their life expectancy on the pads, because you can see they were actually starting to wear into the metal instead of the shoe. The drums actually are really good, but because I can get new drums, I want to get new drums. Since I came this far, I'm just going to do it all. I got a whole stack of parts there, all my brake parts, new shoes, springs, wheel cylinders, rest of my hoses. I have some 3/16 line here to make a new hard line on the back, because I got the new hose right here down to the axle, which I need to put something on that so the bees don't fill it up while I'm gone. I can't remember if I mentioned last time I got all of my new pinion seals in. I'm just waiting on 2 new nuts. For some odd reason I forgot to order 2 nuts for the front 2 yokes. The fronts, the brakes, all in all, were not in good shape at all. The one on be the driver's side. I want to drill a hole in it just because I'm genuinely curious, but this thing has worn, I can't remember how far it was up in, 1/4 inch or so, the lip up inside here, but it's got to be almost wore completely through. So I don't know if somebody turned it down for somebody at some point in time, or whether they just wore that far. But yeah, they definitely have a nice cutting in there. Those drums have reached their life expectancy. And the shoes, these weren't much better. I think not a whole lot of life left in these, all in all. Obviously the self-adjusting mechanism is in pretty rough shape. Everything's in pretty rough shape. This right front wasn't too bad. The drum's not in bad shape. Pads aren't in terrible shape. Definitely needed changed, but not as bad as the other ones. They got a little bit thin lining left. But yeah, so she's going to get all new ball joints, all new brake parts in the front, seals, bearings, you name it. Got my power steering mocked up there. I need to get radiator hoses. The ones I got are not the right ones. Got a new water pump sitting over there on the shelf. Let's see, what else? I don't know really what else to note right now. I gotta get a radiator for it and finish a couple brake lines, a couple knickknacks, but yeah, I just have to hit it hot and heavy when I get back, I guess, because I was supposed to leave for a while, so I put everything away, packed it all up, and then that got canceled, so I pulled everything back out, and then the week before Thanksgiving I got notified that I'm leaving, so I'm packing everything up again. I went home, spent like a week and a half in Pennsylvania for Thanksgiving, came back and then worked on trying to get my life together, and then I leave out the door tomorrow. So unfortunately this project is going to have to wait for a while. So appreciate your patience, and we'll get her after I get back stateside, probably next July or so.